Good morning, this is Dwayne, and today I'd like to talk about relative major and minor keys. Every major key that you can play in has a relative minor key, and the thing that makes it related is it uses the same notes as the scale of the major key. For example, if I'm playing or you're playing in the key of C, let's say we're playing along like that, we're basing our playing on the key of C, which has no sharps or flats. It's based on the scale, the C major scale. And I'm sure you know that. But also, you could be playing if you saw a song in a song with a key signature of no sharps or flats. You would assume that it would be in the key of C, and about 85% of the time it would be. But a few times it would be in the key of A minor, and because A minor is a relative minor key to C major. And the way you find the relative minor key to any major key is you take the 6th degree of the major scale. As you know, the major scale in C goes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you take the 6th degree of the scale, that's A, isn't it? And that becomes the root of the minor scale, the bottom note of the minor scale. So if we play the C scale but don't play it from C to C, but play it from A to A, we're basing our playing on the C scale, but we're in the key of A minor since we started on A. So if you have a piece like this, that's in the key of A minor, and you can hear from the tone, from the sonority, that it is in the key of A minor, right? So if you see a song with no sharps or flats, how do you know the difference between whether it's in C major or A minor? You don't. You have to look at the context, and you have to ask yourself, well, are the primary chords in the key of C major being used? In other words, are there a lot of C chords and F chords and G chords, or are there a lot of A minor chords and D minor chords and E chords? Okay, so you have to tell from the context. Now, anytime that the composer wants to use any note that's not in the scale, let's say that he wants to use a D7th chord in the key of C. Okay, well, that involves an F sharp, doesn't it? Or let's say he wants to use an A7th chord. That would involve a C sharp. Okay, he doesn't notate those in the key signature, but he has to put accidentals in. So that's the difference between accidentals and key signatures. In the key signature, of course, that defines what key you're in. It tells you what sharps or flats that a song is in. I mean, what key is in based on how many sharps or flats you have, and we've done that recently. We've gone over all the flat keys and all the sharp keys and defined that. But if you see accidentals in a song that have no sharps or flats, then you know that they are accidentals indeed, and they have no bearing on the key signature. Because as we've said, you can have a zillion accidentals, but it has no effect on the key of a song. The key of the song is always determined by what's in the key signature. So let's go through a few of the major keys and figure out what the relative minor is. Okay? We said that to the key of C major, the relative minor is A, because A is the 6th degree of the C scale, right? Okay, let's say we're in the key of D flat. We're playing along in the key of D flat. What would be the relative minor key to that? Well, we'd have to take the 6th degree of the D flat scale, wouldn't we? So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And don't forget, the definition of a major scale is whole step, whole step, whole step. I mean, whole step, half step, whole step, and then whole step, half step, right? And we've gone over that many times. So you take the 6th degree of the D flat scale, and what do you have? B flat. So B flat minor is relative to D flat major. How about the key of D? If you're playing in the key of D, what's relative to that? Well, we take the 6th degree of the D major scale, and what do we have? B. So B minor is relative to D major. How about the key of E flat major? We're playing in the key of E flat major. What's relative to E flat major? Let's go the 6th degree of the E flat scale, and what do we get? C. So C minor is relative to E flat major. So played a clunker there. Okay, let's do a couple more, but I'm sure you'll have the idea by now. So if you're in the key of F major, what's relative to that? What's the relative minor? Take the 6th degree of the F scale, and the key is D minor. So the key of F major and the key of D minor, they share the same key signature, don't they? But they have different primary chords, obviously. Okay, let's do one more. So let's say you're playing in the key of G major. What's the relative minor to that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take the 6th degree of the G scale, and E minor is relative to G major, isn't it? Okay, well that's it for today, and tomorrow we'll take up another item of music theory of some sort, or a piano tip. So we'll see you then. Bye-bye for now.